Hello and welcome to this how-to video on how to back up my database and budget file in Budget Express. First, I will explain to you how the structure for the database versus the budget is done. This graphic will help explain how the structure is done in Budget Express. When we back up our database, the database is called, first of all, database.db. This file is directly into your PC or Mac, and it's done. It is created automatically when we install Budget Express. The database is the main file that where you will find every single budget. If you work with more than one budget, every budget is part of the same database file, and also the settings in Budget Express when you create new subcategories or your user profile is kept directly into the database. That's why when you do some modification in the settings, well, you will see all the modification directly in every single budget because it's part of the database. The budget are singular. They have their own operation, and that's why when you see budget number 1, you don't see the operation from budget number 2. So that's why there's two backup copies. There's the main copy that is the database, and then you can copy every single budget file if you wish to use them on multiple computers. So that's why we have those two operations that are made to be able to back up your copy of the database and budget in Budget Express. Now let's go back to Budget Express. I will show you how to do your backup. First, I will show you how to export your database file. So the database.db file, you can export this file directly from this menu in the About menu. You have the export button right here. What you have to do is to choose in which directory you wish to export this file. You can export it on your computer, on a USB key, on Google Drive, etc. So when I click on export, I will have to just have to choose my folder. So let's see, I will put it in my on my desktop, Bureau in French. So when I do this, my export has been done correctly. So if I go on my desktop, my database file is right here, so I will be able to save it for whenever I need it. So next, let's go back to Budget Express. I told you that I will show you how to export the data, but if you need to import your database, you'll see that it's the same thing. You can import the database directly from the About button right here. So when you click on import, it will search for the database file. So on your computer, so you'll be able to import the file from your computer, USB key, or wherever you put that file. But there's also another way to import file, because sometimes when maybe your PC crashed, or you want to create you want to begin from the beginning with Budget Express with the wizard, we can create a new budget. I will show you the button when we create a new budget. From the beginning, you have the possibilities to import your database file directly from here. So that's the same way. You just click on import, and you find the database file you want to import, and you won't have to do the wizard. It will import all your data as usual. Next, I wanted to show you how to export your budget file. You probably ask, why do I need to back up my budget file if I back up my database? It's a very good question, because it's not necessary. If you only have one budget and you just work on this budget all the time, you don't need to back up to do a second backup of your budget. It's already done into your database. But if you work on multiple computers, on multiple budget, you probably wish to export your database once and import it once on the other computer, and then work within your budget file. That's why we have those two functions available into the system. So now let's see how to import and export your budget file. So I click on the profile page. I click on my budget. This budget parameter page opens. This is the two buttons that let me save my budget or restore the budget if I need to. So when I click on save budget, it will let me save my budget for, let's say, 2018. What it will do, it will create a file called 2018.bud. I will show you right away. When I click on restore and I want to click on the restore, I have my BUD file. My BUD file done with the name 2018. That's the name that I gave my file. So I'll be able to restore the file directly from this menu. Something that's very important. When you want to restore a budget file, you need to be within this budget. For example, if I go into my test budget and I will try to restore my 2018 file, it will give me a message, an error message. The file you are trying to restore is not the same into the same budget, so I can't do that. I need to be into my 2018 to be able to restore this file. So that's why we need to first, when you work on multiple computers, the first thing you need to do is to export your database, and then on the second computer to import it. And then you will have all your budget file, so you'll be able then to work only with the budget file that you created. So you don't have to import the database every single time. So you can work within your budget only. So that's why I did it. I did my restore for this budget. I was into the right budget. That's why it worked correctly. So I hope this helped to understand how to back up your file. If you need more help, you can click on the online help. You'll have all the information you need to do these functions. It's very important to back up your database. Like I said, it's a very important topic. So I hope if you have any question, please send a email to support@budget-express.com. I will help you if you need more help than you had into this video. Thanks for your time.